and boob height at the time. It was a fucking disaster. Now, it is statistically proven you are more likely to fall over when you're tall. That is a scientifically proven fact. It is. I did make up the fact, but I do kind of prove it on a regular basis. Like, I broke my toe 3 months ago changing the bed. I did, honestly. You know? Like, I've fallen in cars, out of cars, upstairs, downstairs, across stairs, down an 8-foot hole that was soon to be a sewer. You know? I just basically bounce off walls quite regularly, you know? So it's hard being tall. Like, and I have a feeling it's going to be hard being old and tall. You know? Because you're already making a scene. And I didn't do it on purpose. I never actually chose to be this height, can I just say? This is not what I would choose. You know? I remember, like, as a kid, I was always told, you're a very robust baby. Robust. Or, you're a fine girl. That's just basically code for, you know, your arse needs its own postcode. Not good. So it is hard being tall, you know? It is. And, you know, granted I staged from 13 to nearly 35 at this height, but it's hard going, you know? So I kind of thought I should do a song about the worst time to be a tall teenager. Now, I'm not talking about guys here, because you're, you know, you're all muscular and happy or whatever when you're tall. It's harder for tall women. That's what we're talking about here. You know, so 1 sec, I'm gasping again. We're going to do a song that's about being a tall teenager. It's called The Too Tall Blues. Can we turn up this monitor a small bit, please? This here's a sorry tall tale about a nearly 6-foot teenager. Yeah, she couldn't get a fella. She was too damn tall, I'm telling ya. She stood a foot above the crowd. She was a nearly 6-foot teenager, dancing with a cute boy, an awkward nearly 6-foot teenager. Mellow smoking on a bomb till he stood up next to King Kong. It's as high as you can be when you're a nearly 6-foot teenager. She thought maybe I could pretend to be shorter, so she'd slouch like Danny DeVito in Twins, a blockbuster. She buckled from her knees, grabbing as much self-respect as she could muster. She gave herself a heat rush. She was all of a fluster. So she decided to stand up, 'cause being tall is not a tragedy. She'll never get lost in a crowd, not with superior personality. An unconventional head when you're a nearly 6-foot teenager. Okay, so maybe it's not so bad being a nearly 6-foot teenager. I mean, come on. She could buy wine from the age of 9. Yes, she did fall over all the time. I don't know how far away the ground is. You try being high up. And you know what? When Armageddon comes, it's going to be down to the tall people to start again. Because let's face it, the short arses don't stand a chance. Sorry, it's true. It's really not that bad. The advantages were bad. There's no reason to be sad. You're a nearly 6-foot teenager. I think, though, actually, I've become accepting of my height. To be fair, I can't do anything about it. I might shrink in old age, you know, so that's good enough. But I think overall I'm actually okay with being tall. But what I thought I might do is pass on a little knowledge nugget to you, because I have noticed of late a very alarming trend that's been happening over the past couple of years, and I'm not a bit happy about it. It is short women with tall men. No, this cannot happen. I just want to say, sister to sister, you have no business climbing up on the tall men. You don't. Because of course the tall men love the short girl, of course they do. Because, you know, obviously it makes them feel like the alpha male, all powerful and protective. And of course also, they're closer to the groin area. While you're down there, and what am I supposed to do? I have to be with a tall man. I couldn't snap a short man in half. Can you imagine? I actually have a slight morbid fear of killing a man during sex. I do. I once headbutted a man during the act. And I can tell you right now for nothing, concussion is not an aphrodisiac. No, it's not. I just had a horrible realization of my dad in the audience. I do apologize. We just had a special cuddle, I promise. So yeah. So, you know, if all the short women end up with the tall men, and at the end of the day, a woman has needs. What am I supposed to do with a short man? If I killed a man during sex, I could be done for manslaughter, and then end up in prison, and I'm really easily led. I'd end up being somebody's bitch and hooked on prison heroin within a week. It's not on. It's not a bit fair, you know? So come on, I'm just going to say right now, we're putting a plea out. I'm starting a new national campaign for short women climbing down off the tall men. Leave them alone. They have nothing for you. It kind of makes me a bit angry, and I'm trying to get better with my anger. You know? If I look at me, I'm totally wangled round here. Oh my God, I just did it even worse. There we go. We're getting there, See, I don't actually need a microphone. But they gave me one anyway. So yeah. So I'm getting more and more angry, I'm noticing. And the thing is, if you're middle-aged, you have an increased risk of heart attacks and strokes and high blood pressure. So I kind of need to be managing my rage. I'm trying to zen the shit out these days, you know? I'm going to be calm. But the problem is that people ruin stuff. You know? I try really hard to be tolerant, but I'm actually, I think as I'm getting older, getting less tolerant and more cranky, you know? Like, I actually quite like my own company. Even though I'm a loud person, I like quiet time. Because I exhaust myself, quite frankly. You know? So, like, one of my favourite things is to buy the newspaper and stroll down Mill Road to my favourite independent cafe on Mill Road and have a nice breakfast for myself. I love that. And invariably you're going to bump into some mopey mooma who feels the need to tell you about their gluten-free, wheat-free, vegan, fun-free detox. And all you're thinking is, I just want to go have my feckin' dirty blueberry pancakes or whatever else I'm having, you know? But no, and in those moments, you're nodding along and you're slightly hating yourself for being hypocritical. You know, not, yeah, that's lovely, great, good for you. Spinach juice, that sounds amazing. Yay, for spinach. But inside I'm thinking, I want to get a spoon and spoon out your eyeballs. That's bad, because I'm actually a pacifist. I am. I know I come across as quite violent and aggressive, but actually I am a pacifist. So this kind of daily rages I'm having are putting me at slight odds with a little bit of Zen karma going on. So I need to inject more karma into me. So I thought what I should do is like leech the rage out of me through a song. Now I was going to do one about like the big rages, like sexism and racism and the global unequal distribution of wealth, the Tory government. Yeah, apologise to any Tories in the audience. I don't think they come to this. So yeah, this next song is going to be about the daily rages that you have, the silent killers that can creep up on you, you know? Because I think if we were to just expel them, then maybe I wouldn't be so angry. So that's what we're going to do. This is called the Inner Rage Blues. I'm gonna sing I'm gonna sing me some rageful blues. My blues are dark. My blues are dark blue. My blues are black. I'm in a rage. My blood is boiling. I'm ready to attack. Right, get ready. Here comes my first rage. 1. Slow walkers. What in the sweet name in heaven are you doing? Get out of my way! If you want to go for strolls, go to a meadow or a beach at sunset. Every time you stop to get your phone out or chat to somebody on the street, you are one step closer to a headlock, my friends. You better move it, unless you want a face full of bread. I'm gonna sing some rageful blues. Yeah, I'm gonna sing some rageful blues. Right, here's my next one. Supermarkets. What is it with you supermarkets? Stop trying to sell me supermarket insurance. I only came in for a pint of milk. And stop pumping your hot bread smells around the store. You know my hips can't take it. You can feck right off with your tiger bread. Smells delicious, but you know I can't have it. You try and avoid all perfect contacts. You try to go to the self-serve, but no, the feckin' barcode is torn. And another thing, stop moving the eggs. I'm gonna raise that bread. I'm gonna sing some rageful blues. And I'm gonna sing some rageful blues. Right, this is the big one, get ready. It's a linguistic rage. The overuse and abuse of the word literally. You know who I'm talking about, repeat offenders. I'm so hungover I died. Did you? Are you Jesus? Have you resurrected from the dead? Are you an apparition before me? No, you're not. I literally laughed my head off. Did you? Are you a mute torso? Are you like a chicken running around without a head? No, you're not. Why not? Because you literally lied. Correct you. You see, you people are putting me in a rage. I'm gonna sing some rageful blues. I'm gonna sing some rageful blues. I'm gonna sing some rageful better for that, right? You know, rage is a terrible affliction. It is. And I think, God, I'm restless again. And I think that, you know, as an Irish person, we don't do well with rage. We don't do well with expressing most emotions. The rule is, bury it down. Bury your rage and your hurt and your disappointment deep, deep down inside you locked away. And then have a drink, and then it explodes out again. That's the way forward. Now, I do have a theory for that, to be fair. Because there's a whole other scale of drunk in Ireland. And I think it goes back to our hedonistic pagan past, when we were having poutine-fueled orgies. I know, it doesn't sound too bad to me either. And then, of course, St. Patrick came along and brought Catholicism and apparently got rid of all our dirty sinning and all our fun. I know. I mean, if I had my way, March 17th would be a day of mourning. You know? I didn't bring back the pagan ways. That was awesome. So what happens is instead, we suppress everything. And then it explodes out of us. You know? It's hard. You know? Because you quickly realize, oh no, that moment of clarity that you have, and the best thing you can hope for the following day after a heavy night of drinking is a blackout. So you don't remember anything you did. That's surely the best way forward. But no, you pick away at that scab. What did I do? How did I get home? What did I say? And you worry, but then you think, I know I'm grand. Nothing happened, I'm sure it's grand. And then you bump into somebody in town who says, you were a total knob. Ah, damn it. So I thought I should do a song about alcohol. I can't surely be an Irish person up here and not do a song about alcohol, surely. You know, it's I think, the main one. So yeah, so this is called the vodka whiskey blues. It's kind of like the two-sided coin. You know, it gives and yet it takes away mostly my dignity. Fabulous fella, thanks. I do think I'm better with alcohol now. I do, because I just can't handle the hangovers of it, you know. It's a hard lesson learned, you know. I mean, I'm here now 10 years. I think there has been a bit of pressure on me to be like the cultural ambassador of Ireland. Just because I don't live there, like the Rose of Tralee. You know? And that's a lot of pressure on a person. I don't think the Irish Tourist Board would do me Big bunch of flowers, I think. No. So yeah, so, you know, there's a lot of cultural differences, actually. I didn't think there would be moving from Ireland to England. But there are a few, like the class system. You people are obsessed with class. Class system, the middle class. And it was like all of a sudden you realise you're in a zoo looking at a zoo animal when I'm in a middle class person. Because they were just so posh, I didn't know what to do. You know? And then of course I had the shock of the Tory government. That was a big shock. And then of course the swans. Now, I don't understand in this day and age how the Queen can own the swans. How can one person own an entire species? You know, and then when you think about it, does that mean that during English rule in Ireland, the swans belonged to the king? Did they belong to the king? Those are Irish swans, through and through. And what about Northern Ireland? Are they like 50-50, so you have like loyalist swans that have pictures of King Charles in their nests? And then over here, you have the nationalist swans with like flags of Ireland and watery murals of Bobby Sands. I don't know. This is the type of rubbish that keeps me awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I generally get quite confused about a lot of things. Did you hear that was a really subtle segue into my next area? Yeah. So one of the areas that confuses me is men. I still haven't got it figured out. And for what I thought were a fairly simple folk, you know, not at all at all, no. You know, and I've done the market research. I have. And like, my friends kind of consider me like the United Nations for men. Because I do like me an exotic fella, you know? A little bit of South America, maybe the continental area of Europe, a little bit of cheeky Saudi Arabia thrown in, why not? But it just ends up being the same sweet in a different wrapper, you know? And I still end up making the same mistakes every time. And I thought, you know, now that I'm being middle-aged, maybe I should look to some of my friends. So I looked to one of my friends, and she's middle-aged. I don't think she'd mind me saying that, but I'm going to give her a different name to protect her identity. I'm going to call her Shaniqua, right? Now, my friend Shaniqua is a big fan of the toy boy. And I thought, that's what I should do. Because considering my morbid fear of killing a man during sex, now that I'm getting older, and I've always dated older men, they're starting to look a bit geriatric. So I do think that OAPs should be off the menu. You know? They could throw a hip out. That wouldn't be good, no. So I thought, what we need to do is have a very basic song. Because I think women get a really bad rap. They were the ball and chain and we're always nagging them. But the thing is that we're trying to get a little bit of information out of you, which is very difficult. We're like the fucking FBI, trying to break down the codes like CSI. Because we do really want to know. We have no clue what's going on. Because all we have is a grunt to go on. You know? It's like trying to ascertain with babies what each cry means. You have to figure out with men what each grunt means. We just communicate differently. And I think if we figured out communication, gender relations will be blown wide open. So I think that's what I should do. Try and figure out just the very basics, you know, and go from there. So this next song is going to be called... Thank you. Thanks, I'm gasping. Could you hear my lipstick into my teeth? Seriously. It's not even like I was like freaking. Hello, boys. Right, God, they're very patient with me. This next song is called The Man